Basically, just coming here for the first time, I was like bewildered by just how pretty everything was.
I'm learning not only from the teacher, but I'm learning from my friends.
All the opportunities are so readily available for you. You just have to pick and choose like which ones you want to do.
Just the faculty and the people here were like so warm and nice that I was like, I think this is a place for me.
The natural numbers, as a set, have no limit points.
But they will deflect, they will warp space-time around them.
And people really do appreciate this. As a director, to say, I don't know, I'm not exactly sure.
I think the point is to do these things, to come together, to encourage ourselves, despite and in fact because the work is so very hard to do.
Every day at Wheaton is different, but every day is different in a very beautiful way.
This is a wonderful, safe place to try things.
College is an opportunity to reinvent yourself in a lot of different ways.
It's really gaining those new connections and being like, hey, now I can think in a different way.
Here, great faculty, accomplished faculty, who are accessible.
Professors really do want to get to know you and talk to you.
It's weird how amazing they are.
I think it just goes back to that whole diversity of thought.
Having the one-on-one experience with professors in small classrooms where you don't have to hesitate and ask questions.
The one piece of unsolicited advice that I give to students is go study abroad.
Hi, I'm Katie Panzer.
And currently I'm studying abroad in the Kingdom of Bhutan.
For the past 4 months, I've been living in Copenhagen, Denmark.
And we're learning about wildlife and the cultures of Tanzania and how they interact with each other.
Good morning, you're listening to WCCS, your student-run radio station. We've got some great tunes lined up for you, and it is a beautiful day in the state of Massachusetts.
When they say student-led campus, like this is a student-led campus.
Everything goes back to what is the strategy? How are we going to get from A to B?
What's our brand? What do we want to be known for? What's our competitive edge? And we came up with grit and toughness and resiliency, intensity, selflessness, being a team, communication, energy, all of these things that we've shown for the past 2 months. Now we gotta go show everyone else.
Wheaton is special to me because of the people that I've met here in this community.
It's the people that really make this experience what it is.
Like the interactions, the friendships I've built, the relationships I've had here, like this is home. This is home, yeah.
All right, I hope everyone enjoyed that video. Looks like we had a few more folks join since I began playing the video. Welcome to all of you. We'll go ahead and get started. My name is Jason LaPerriere, and I'm a Senior Associate Director of Admission at Wheaton College in Massachusetts, and I am also delighted to be the coordinator of the Next Genius Scholarship Program. To give you a sense for how we'll spend our time together today, I will start us off with just a brief introduction to Wheaton, no more than 15-20 minutes or so, and then we will move into general questions and answers. So whatever questions you might have, you're welcome to pose to me, and I'm also delighted to be joined by I know at least one of our current Next Genius scholars. Ritika, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
So, hey guys, I'm Ritika. I am the Next Genius Scholar for class of 2026, which means I'm the Next Genius Scholar of the cohort 2022. I am a finance and math major. I'm currently a sophomore, and I'm excited to be here. And please feel free to ask us any questions you have, and let's get started.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And I know Anvita, I think, was going to join us. I don't see her here yet, but hopefully, you know, she'll be here pretty soon. So Ritika, feel free to hang out in the background for the next 15-20 minutes or so. Students, I'll go ahead and dive into my presentation, and we'll just share my screen here. All right, hopefully everyone can see the Wheaton College panel there. Wonderful. So diving right in to some background information about Wheaton. In a nutshell, we are a small private liberal arts and sciences college. We were founded back in the early 1800s. Actually founded as an all women's college and went co-ed in the late 1980s. We are home to about 1,700 students coming to us from across the US and around the world. In terms of sort of a breakdown, we have about 2/3 of our students coming from the Northeast United States, about 20% of our students coming to us from states outside of the Northeast United States, and around 10% of our students coming to us with international backgrounds, either as international citizens or US citizens who have lived abroad. Some important things to know about Wheaton. We are an undergraduate focused institution. So that comes across in lots of different ways for our students. Great ways in terms of learning, small classes, 15 to 20 students on average. Classes are generally discussion based and seminar style. They're also entirely taught by faculty. Faculty are coming to Wheaton, experts in their field, as researchers in their fields, but they're also incredibly passionate teachers. They want to teach, mentor, advise, and collaborate with undergraduate students. So that to that end, they make themselves available. They want you to stop by their office hours to ask for extra help, to get to know them. In general, they are just incredibly supportive and work really well with their students. Our location, we are located in Norton, Massachusetts, so Northeast US, and the eastern part of the state of Massachusetts. A little bit about Norton, it's consistently ranked among the top 10 safest cities in the US. And it's located right between two major New England cities, which are Providence, Rhode Island, and Boston, Massachusetts. So students really do get the best of both worlds in terms of being in a beautiful, safe residential location, while also having easy access to two major cities very easily. Students have free access to public transportation, which gets them around the nearby area and will actually bring students, like I said, for free to the nearby train station, which will bring students up to Boston in about 50 minutes or so, south to Providence in just over a half an hour. We're convenient to many things nearby. A major concert venue, the Xfinity Center, is 5 or 10 minutes away. We're about 20 minutes away from Patriot Place in Foxborough, Massachusetts, which is home to the New England Patriots football team. Lots of great shopping, restaurants. So lots of great benefits to our location. Just a couple of quick campus shots giving you a sense for our campus. Lots of beautiful green space. We do have an on-campus pond, which our dining hall overlooks. Just another shot from another angle across the pond, overlooking what's known as Chapel Field on our campus. A quick snapshot of some of the things that Wheaton's recently been recognized for, things like our science facilities, our commitment to diversity and inclusion, the number of our graduates receiving Fulbright scholarships, for promoting gender equality. And we've also been recognized with First Scholar status by the Center for First Generation Student Success for our support of first generation and low income students. Historically, nearly a quarter of our students are first in their families to go on to college. So that's definitely a commitment of ours to support students that are coming to us, regardless of their backgrounds. In terms of academic opportunities, we offer more than 100 majors and minors for students to choose from. You can see a snapshot of those options right up there on your screen. Our most popular majors include psychology, business and management, and biology. But we have added a number of exciting new programs in recent years, things like design, digital media and communications, as well as marketing, which was previously just a concentration within our business program. A little bit about our curriculum. Our Compass curriculum is rather unique in that it's almost entirely open. Very few mandatory requirements are built into our curriculum, which really promotes a high degree of flexibility. Students work closely with faculty and academic advisors to craft an educational experience that's unique to them instead of simply completing a standardized set of general education requirements. So in terms of the general structure to our curriculum, three components are required of all of our students in order to graduate. The first is known as first year experience. It's a class that is taken during your first semester in your first year on campus. And it's an interdisciplinary approach to one topic, typically co-taught by 2 to 4 faculty members from different academic disciplines that rotate and integrate their different perspectives around the common theme. So it's an introduction to academics at Wheaton, and also will serve as an introduction to important resources and support networks on campus. Things like our Filene Center for Career and Academic Advising, the library, and the introduction to the resources that they have available there, just to name a few. So that's really a class designed to set you up for success over the course of your 4 years at Wheaton. The second requirement is known as sophomore experience. And for those of you not familiar with the term sophomore, that is the colloquial term in the US for the second year of college. And the goal of sophomore experience is that it will be something experiential, something hands-on. It's likely to be a research project, an internship. It could be a study abroad experience, but the goal is that it won't be a traditional class. It will be something experiential and hands-on to give you some real-world experience. And then the third and final requirement is that you have at least one major and complete the requirements for that major. The curriculum provides a lot of flexibility. Most majors require 10 to 12 classes, with students taking 4 to 5 classes each semester. That means they have the opportunity to take up to 40 classes before they graduate. So outside of your major, you'll work with your advisors to pick and choose the classes that make most sense for you. And if you really, really like the idea of that flexibility, by all means, you should take it and run with it. If you like the idea, though, of having some structure and maybe want to build in some additional rigor to your experience at Wheaton, lots of ways to do that. So we do have a number of themed honors programs. We have what's known as the Eliza Wheaton Arts and Sciences Scholars Program, and that is really for the student who wants the broad liberal arts and sciences experience. It requires students to take classes over 8 different academic disciplines, including natural and social sciences, creative arts, humanities, and culminates in a final capstone or research project. We offer a global honors program. So this program requires students to achieve advanced proficiency in a second language, to engage with other countries and cultures, and either complete a global project or study abroad experience. And then we offer what's known as the Taylor and Lane Social Justice Scholars Program for students who are really interested in pursuing and diving deeply into Wheaton's mission of social justice, inclusion, and diversity by taking courses that address these issues across several different departments. We also offer a number of other opportunities for students to add additional rigor to their curriculum. We have certificate programs known as LEAPs, which dive into really unique content areas, things like content marketing, teaching second languages, design and fabrication. And these are similar to minors, 4 to 5 classes, and incorporate an experiential learning component. Students can double major, and we've historically seen 25 to 30% of our students double majoring. Studying abroad, a great way for students to round out their academic experience as well. So in a nutshell, lots of flexibility. Our curriculum is designed for you to really be in charge of your educational experience. If you want to, dive deeply into just a couple of areas, that's perfectly fine. If you are the type of person that wants to explore lots of different areas and really be exposed to many different academic disciplines, that's an option, of course, for you as well. Another unique program that Wheaton offers is known as the Wheaton Edge. Through the Wheaton Edge program, every student at Wheaton has access to funding for unpaid internship or research opportunities. The college overall commits $1.2 million to this program every year. Each student is guaranteed a minimum $3,000 stipend for an unpaid internship. And the program really aimed at alleviating any financial stress that would prevent a student from completing a meaningful internship or research experience. Very easy for students to access this funding. Essentially, you'd fill out a form at the start of your internship or research experience. And ultimately, depending on the number of hours of the program, the appropriate funding would be deposited into your account. So really great opportunity to make sure that if you're taking an unpaid internship, you're not worried about those living or other expenses that you might occur. And then, of course, great support to help you find these internships. There's a real culture at Wheaton where students are exposed early and often to the resources provided through our Filene Center for Career and Academic Advising, so that you're really well aware and know how to take advantage of the resources to prepare for whatever internship, research experiences you might like to have. In terms of outcomes, as we discussed, wrap up discussing the Wheaton curriculum, the Wheaton Edge program, it's important to highlight how this experience prepares students for life after Wheaton. As you can see up on the screen, 95% of our students meeting success within 6 months of graduation, going in a number of different directions, the majority into their first job. But of course, graduate school is a popular option for our students as well. Within 5 years of graduating, historically, we've seen more than 40% of our students enroll in graduate school. Great support while you're on campus, and then great support to help you get wherever you want to be post-graduation as well. 96% of our students live on campus. We guarantee housing for all 4 years. We do have 19 residence halls, as well as 16 or 17 student-run theme houses on our campus, a range of housing options depending on your personality and what you'd like to get out of your living experience. But overall, important to know that Wheaton has an incredibly strong community of students who stick around on the weekends, who get involved, are joining clubs, and are, of course, at Wheaton to learn, but also incredibly committed and active members of our campus community in general. So things to remember about Wheaton, that flexible curriculum, guaranteed internship funding through the Wheaton Edge, our close-knit and active student community, and then strong outcomes after graduation. A quick snapshot of the application process that I know all of you are going through now, and may have already started. But in terms of requirements, of course, that common application, academic transcripts, and either final or predicted exam results, at least one letter of recommendation from a counselor or teacher of your choice. SAT or ACT scores are totally optional, but you're welcome to submit them if you'd like. Strongly recommended to submit test of English proficiency, whether that's the TOEFL, Duolingo, or IELTS. If you've taken more than one, feel free to submit your results, and we will happily use whichever the equivalent is higher, and recommended scores are right up there on your screen. Also important to fill out the certification of finances form. This will become available to you in your applicant portal after you submit your application. So do be sure that once you've submitted your application, that you look out for the confirmation email that comes that will come to you and provide you with access to your applicant portal. From there, you'll be able to see the status of your application, as well as the credentials that we've received in support of your application. And you can see if you're missing anything. And there's also just lots of great information about Wheaton in your applicant portal as well. In terms of the students that we're admitting, looking for strong students overall. On the U.S. scale, the average student that we're accepting is right around a 3.67 GPA. So a mix of A's and B's for students who are completing the IB diploma program, typically scoring around 34 total points. For students that are doing one of the Indian curriculums, certainly reach out to me. Happy to provide those averages to you. I know there are a number of different exams, but ultimately, looking for a strong student, but we're not expecting you to be perfect. In general, we're looking for your potential. We want to see that you will not only succeed in the classroom, but also contribute to our community. So don't stress if your academic record is not perfect. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking to see that that you'll succeed in the classroom, but also that you'll contribute in lots of other ways as well. In terms of our Next Genius scholarships, we do provide one full tuition scholarship, which leaves only the cost for living on campus, as well as health insurance to the recipient. So that would be leave about $20,000 a year for the recipient to cover, and then we have some runner-up awards, which start at right around $34,000 a year, and can go up to about $45,000 a year, sort of depending on demonstrated financial need and your strength in our applicant pool. So that I would say wraps up our formal presentation, and hopefully provided you with good information that you were hoping to learn about Wheaton, but I'm sure still leaves information that you'd like to know more about. So at this point, I would love to welcome Ritika back to the virtual stage. This is a great question. So